Have you ever started watching a video, got bored in 10 seconds and clicked away, but then another video got you hooked from the very first second, even to the very end of the video? What's the difference? Storytelling. Whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're a blogger or social media creator, storytelling is your secret weapon because it grabs attention. It keeps people engaged on your content and it makes your videos unforgettable. Today I'll be breaking down why storytelling is very powerful, the key elements of a great story, and how you can use it in your content, even if you think that your niche is not exciting. So if you're ready on this one, you want to stick with me to the very end so that you can get every valuable information that you need about this. So hit the like button and let's get started. My first point is, why is storytelling so powerful? Storytelling isn't just entertainment, it's science. Our brains are wired for stories. When we hear facts, we tend to process them. But when we hear a story, our brain lights up as if we are actually experiencing the story itself. So I'll be delving into 3 reasons why storytelling is powerful. It makes your content memorable. People forget statistics, but they will always remember your stories. Another thing is that it builds emotional connection. The audience can always relate with real life experiences. So you want to share your story with your audience so that they can connect with you. They can relate with what you're saying. Also, it keeps people watching for longer. So good storytelling increases audience retention. If you have 2 different videos of 2 people saying the same thing or teaching the same thing, and you have a particular person just going straight to the point, giving out all the points straight on, and you have somebody as well, the other person, saying or teaching the same thing but adding personal stories to it, adding some form of real life examples to it. Tell me, which one would you watch for longer? You would definitely be watching the one that has got personal stories in it. So it keeps your audience watching for longer and it helps your audience to get hooked on your content. So for example, think about TED Talks. The best ones don't just list information, they actually tell stories. Like the famous talk about starting with why. The speaker didn't just say, be passionate with your work. He actually told the story about Apple's marketing strategy, and that really stuck with people. So imagine if you had just given or listed the point and didn't even set an example. How exactly will they stick, or how exactly will people stay there to watch for longer? The second thing I'll be sharing with you is the 3 key elements of a great story. For every great story, whether it's a book, whether it's a movie, whether it's a viral YouTube video, follows the same structure. And here is how you can apply it to your own content. The setup. First of all, introduce the problem. Give context to it. What exactly is happening? Introduce the challenge or the problem. So for example, let's say you are making a video on productivity. Instead of just starting with tips and steps to be productive and all that, start with your own personal story. Start with how you have been unproductive, or how you have been very good with procrastinating, or how you tried doing something and then some hours later you were just distracted, and at the end of the day you were not being productive. That way people can actually relate with what you are saying, and it will draw them in to actually hear the whole of the story and to see how they can be set free from not being productive. And then the struggle. Talk about the struggle. Build suspense and emotion while you are speaking with your audience. Keep the audience curious, like how will this end? They want to watch how the video will end. They want to watch what you're saying. They want to get to the very bottom of it. An example of the struggle is after you have mentioned how you got distracted and all, now you want to talk about the struggle, right? So you can say, I had deadlines piled up, I had a lot to do on my to-do list. I tried using a planner, but nothing actually worked. So if you say this, at this point, people are wondering and they want to hear, okay, so what actually then worked? How did you overcome it? Which brings me to the third aspect, which is the resolution. How were you able to rectify it? The lesson, the solution. Then at this point, you can share what happened at the very end. Provide a lesson or a takeaway for people they can learn. So an example is like rounding up and saying, oh, I discovered a 2-minute rule, and if I'm to pick up a task that is less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately. I don't even bother looking elsewhere. I just get on it straight and make sure to complete it. And then within a week, I realized that my productivity increased. It skyrocketed. The third thing I'll be sharing with you now is how to use storytelling in different content types. So you might be thinking, this is a great topic, but not for my niche. How do I add storytelling to this niche? My niche, I can't even add storytelling. Or you're saying, no, my content is not storytelling based. Trust me, you can add storytelling to any niche at all. Any niche, and I'll be giving you some examples. The education and tutorial niche. Let's assume you are teaching people how to edit. Don't just give tools and say, oh, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. Give an example, or probably your first video. How bad your first video appeared. How you didn't know anything, and you thought you were doing well, but you were just doing crap. Talk about how learning a simple color correction changed everything for you. People will be able to connect more with that. If you're doing motivation, personal development content, use your personal stories to inspire others. People love to hear other people's stories. You may not think that way, but if you look at yourself, don't you like listening to other people's stories? Even if it's an awful story that you can learn from, people love watching. People love to hear other people's stories. So when you share your own personal story with others, they will be willing to listen, they'll be willing to engage, and they can easily relate with it. If you're in the business and marketing content, use real life examples to create your content. Instead of saying social media marketing works, you can talk about how a viral video changed everything for your channel, or tell the story of a small brand that actually used a viral video to grow their business. It is quite relatable. So if you are doing product reviews and brand collaborations, make the product part of the story. Let's assume you are reviewing a camera. Instead of saying, oh, this camera has great stabilization, talk about how the camera has been useful to you. Tell a story about the camera. And then my fourth point is practical skills for engaging storytelling. The first one is be relatable. Share real life experiences that your audience can connect with. Use visuals and expressions while doing this. Don't just say it, show it. This would really keep people, engaged on your channel, on your videos. Add suspense. Make people curious about the next step. Add suspense. Use conversational language. Talk like you're talking to a friend next to you. That helps people connect like as if you're talking to them one-on-one. And keep it concise. A great story doesn't have to be long. It's about what you have to share and what they're going to be learning from it. So keep it concise. So now that you know this secret, storytelling helps people to engage more on your content. It makes your content memorable and even powerful. So here's my challenge for you. In your next video, try adding a story to it. Try telling a personal story to it. Even if it's not a personal story, you can share somebody's story. Like, add something to it. It could be a personal experience, it could be a funny moment, or a customer success story. Anything at all. Just add something to that content you're creating to spice it up. Then come back and tell me how it worked. So if you have found this video very helpful, please do like it, please share on to others, and please subscribe for more growth tips like this. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos, and until I see you in my next video, have an amazing day ahead, and bye for now.